Never tell us that. Yeah. So the general consensus then is that hair is not manly. Is that what you said, Jim?
Correct. That's correct. That is correct.
I second that.
So the two bald guys are convinced that hair is not manly.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, this is a choice we made to be manly.
Exactly.
The decision. Yeah.
We're doing it for the benefit. We have to balance out the rest of the universe, in the world. So there's so many unmanly people that we said, you know what?
Yeah. We said we have
the ratio. What's the ratio to bald?
Two of us, and then 7.5 billion.
Yeah.
Is the other. Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. They just came back with the census on that because they do that every 4 years.
Yeah.
I don't have the data in front of me, but I don't think you two are the only bald men on the planet.
I think we are. Do you see any others here? I don't think so.
You've been in quarantine a long time, haven't you, Jim?
Yeah, my wife and daughter, and they both have hair. So that's all I know. That's all.
Well, you don't want them to be manly anyway, do you?
No, I don't. No, that was never the plan.
Oh, hey, Juwan's back. I'm going to add him.
Oh.
Go ahead and do a sound check, Juwan, before we get the theme song going.
Well, I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Juan, I won't be here long to Vivo, popping in for another brief
Not
cameo.
for long.
All right, tell me if you can hear.
Warm up that kickoff counter, everybody.
I thought you had that
hear this. Can you guys hear this?
No.
Oops, nope, not yet.
No, we can't.
How about
we
that?
can now. Yeah.
Okay.
That's our killer theme song, Jim. What do you think?
He's dancing.
Hey, Juwan, what do you think about baldness and how it relates to overall manliness? What do you think of that?
I think it's absolutely correct. Baldness is manliness. I'm Juan DeVivo.
All right. I'm taking Jim out. We'll put him back in a minute. He's dancing up a storm still.
It's a shame nobody can see him. We need to figure out a way to get Jim on the screen before.
All right, I'm gonna go backstage too.
All right, we're gonna keep sound checking while
Have
John
a good
Thomas.
show.
John Thomas takes us home with the theme song. He's supposed to be here later tonight, but so far he hasn't logged in yet. Am I talking to myself? Are you still here, Brian?
I am here.
Okay.
I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at the screen.
Of course not. That's pretty much your modus of operation now, isn't it? Which is like, the show starts, I'm going to tune out and do something else.
I'm sorry, did you say something?
All right, come on, man. Don't leave me twisted here in the wind. Juan's going to disappear any minute now.
This is true. He's already disappeared.
Welcome to Starving Comics Quarantine Show, SCQS, as those cool kids on the inside like to call it. I'm your host, John Branion. With me is my friend, Brian April. There he is. Hello. He's bald, a little more manly than me.
Absolutely.
Stefan's there, and professionalism at its finest. You know it. He's been here long enough to know that that's how we roll. We got a great show this evening. And even if it wasn't, I wouldn't tell you that right up front. There'd be no benefit to that. So we got a great show. Juan DeVivo is here. Can you hear me?
Yay! That first time doesn't count.
I can't even begin to tell you how excited I am about this. Welcome back, John. We missed you last week. Oh, that's right. I wasn't here last week.
Yeah, not John Branion was here.
Yeah, not John Branion was here last week, and he did a pretty good job, I think, all things considered. But tonight we have got special guest Jim Hope is back with us tonight, so we're going to bring him on in just a few centaurs here, just a few seconds. We've got a couple of little housekeeping things that we need to do. We've got, and by that I mean we need to run the vacuum and dust a little bit in preparation. Actually, we need to bring up our slides because we got some artwork, you guys, from our fans. You want to see it?
All right.
This is art from the Comedy Click people. They sent it to me without even asking. They just fired it off to my inbox, and I thought it was pretty good. So here's the first one. It's a. You remember this? Remember the Fluff and Puff? And look, there's my face. So it looks like I'm a dog. They're getting.
Looks like you're enjoying it.
We did ask. In fairness, we did ask for that, and we did receive several versions of that. Thank you for sending that in.
You're right. We did ask for that.
We did. Well, you didn't.
I don't remember asking
That was a
for
telegram.
Okay. All right. Well, there's that. And then the same artist sent us this. Look at that.
Oh.
It's Palpatine tacos, and you can't really see it very well. But this is in the file section for you people who are members of johnbrandy.com. You can go and see both of these exquisite pieces of art there in the file section. And you should look up the dinner kit, the Palpatine taco.
Oh
dinner
my gosh.
Because it's really well done. And
Palpatine enjoys the Fiesta font.
The kit includes disturbance in the Force sauce, straight meat down seasoning, and 12 power of the dark side shells.
The eye has a little
And fear and hatred. Do it.
there you
Love
go.
it.
Palpatine tacos. We also got another piece of art. It's on the next slide. There is
Gallo.
new producer.
Don't forget
there
the
it is.
pico.
Look at that.
That is awesome.
Sent me that along with a warning that said that one of my co-hosts
That's
is
kind of
not
awesome.
not a human being. And there's the proof. There's the digital proof
I have been sent from the future.
that Brian is
Brian,
here.
I'm going to need you to click on this picture and tell me where all the stoplights are. If you're not a bot.
What are stoplights?
And then there was another couple of other pictures in there in the slideshow, and I don't know if those were intended to be used
Like that.
for that. You were just going to spring them on me. Is that what you were going to do? And try to hurt me in some way publicly when I wasn't prepared for it. Yeah.
Do you really wanna?
What that has to do with is, if you notice, that's me there, the guy in the red, and who's not the baby. And I have a mullet. You can kind of see the hair sticking from
fellow
behind. And so Brian, when he hosted for me, dressed up as 1984 John Brandon, and he had a mullet. And so that was basically photographic proof that the mullet was a real thing, right? I think that's what it was there for. Yeah, by all means, you should blow that up so that you can see not only.
You can tell there's a rat tail going on back there. You can tell there's a rat tail going.
Yeah, can we zoom in a little closer on the mustache, maybe? No, that's a shame. Okay.
Just
all right. So there's
work so hard on it.
There's that. Tonight, what we're going to do is just before we bring Jim up, we're going to say goodbye to our Facebook people. So if you're watching on Facebook, we are literally going to kick you out of the stream in just a few minutes. So we need you to go over to YouTube and subscribe, or go over to YouTube so you can continue watching, because like we've been saying for weeks. What's the matter, Joel?
Literally can fall into a YouTube video. Facebook, you got to sign up. You got to stop the whole show just so I can talk. Facebook, you have to sign up for. YouTube, you just type it in and look for John Branyan. It's that easy.
Right. If you're watching on Facebook, go to YouTube now. I thought Juan was going to argue with me. I thought he was going to.
I thought we were going
to have a Judge Juan
Why,
session
John?
right now.
Reverse Judge
Facebook's
Juan.
so great.
We've been
Facebook
talking
is
about this for
awesome.
weeks, man. This isn't a surprise.
No, not for that.
All right. So if you go to YouTube, you're going to continue to watch. And also after the show, you need to go to johnbrandian.com and become a member so that you can be in the click. You can see all of these awesome pictures that we put in there. There's secret video that isn't available to the public. And anybody who signs up this week, new people that sign up as members this week, I will personally send you. Can we get the sloth up on the screen? you go to Subscribe Sloth. But if you sign up this week on johnbrandy.com, I will send you a Sloth-tastic, chewy Quaker granola bar. There they are, while supplies last.
Ooh, dips.
It's Sloth-tastic.
Does it have
Now,
chocolate dip or something? Is that what that is?
Mm-mm. It's vanilla cream. And I don't know if it actually contains sloth. I'm looking. I don't see it. I'm not going to read the ingredients because we got
probably a little.
It's probably artificial sloth.
Probably a little.
You
bit.
know, it's like soy sloth.
Anyway, whatever it is, it'll be yours if you sign up. Yeah, I know some of you who are already members are like, "Oh, I'm missing out on my granola bar," but you know, you guys have got the SCQS too, so you can't have everything.
You know, and when I enjoy my Starving Comics Quarantine soy sloth, I like to have a nice little sip of water in my mug.
Where'd you? Ooh, look at Brian. It has a Starving.
Oh, what is that? Oh, that's a left-handed Starving Comics Quarantine show coffee mug. It is left-handed, which I am not. I'm kind of upset. I'm going to talk to the makers of this, but maybe we'll get a right-handed version. But if you want one of these bad boys, where can we get these, John?
You can also get those at johnbrandy.com as well.
And it makes everything taste better. I have tested it, and it is true. It makes everything taste better.
Everything. It doesn't make it taste worse. I'm not sure how to remove the Facebook stream. You'll have to do that, producer. We are clearly overpaying our producer.
And so just so you know, when we go to kick everyone off of Facebook, the stream will probably crash again, and then we will be right back as soon as that happens.
All right. So be that as it may, tonight we've got I'm jazzed about this for a number of reasons, but we've got a holiday coming up. And so we've decided that we're going to start theming the show around various holidays. And so I want to give this to you guys. Oh, there goes Juan. He's
getting ready for the holiday.
All right, here we go.
He's getting his shopping done.
It's almost time for one of America's most beloved holidays. And even though there are some who are going to say it's too early to start talking about it, Brian, I'm going to do it anyway. Part of the fun of the holiday, I think you'll agree, is the anticipation. Part of the fun of the season is the anticipation. All right?
Absolutely.
That tingling excitement that you feel in the pit of your stomach, that energy that makes it hard to sleep at night. It only comes around once a year. And so the SCQS crew is going to make the most of every moment leading up to the big day. What am I talking about? Of course, I'm talking about Groundhog Day. The roots of this special day are found in the Christian tradition of Candlemas, which has something to do with candles during the winter. Supposedly, the Germans thought that candles were a great idea, so they adopted the idea and added hedgehogs. Then the German settlers came to America. They switched the hedgehogs to groundhogs because those were easier to find, but just as capable of predicting the winter. Groundhogs are vegetarians, and they whistle when they're scared. Did you know that?
I did not.
They do. They whistle when they're scared, and so they're sometimes called whistling pigs. Groundhogs can also swim and climb trees, but nobody thought that was special enough to call them tree hogs or breaststroke pigs. They go into hibernation in late fall, and during this time, their heartbeat slows to 5 beats per minute, which is still significantly faster than politicians who don't have hearts. And in February, the male groundhogs emerge from hibernation to look for mates. But since the females hibernate until April, the guys start rummaging around in the refrigerator for a snack. When the fridge door opens, the fridge light floods the kitchen and causes them to cast a shadow. The Germans were the first to discover that the hedgehog, that when a hedgehog stands in the light, it casts a shadow. So the Germans thought that the shadow was the hedgehog's soul seeping out. So they ran and hid under their beds for 6 weeks. Later, the Americans discovered that groundhogs can also cast shadows, but as the Industrial Revolution approached, it became impractical to cower under their beds in terror for long periods of time, so the tradition was abandoned. But without the groundhog, Americans didn't have any way to know when winter was over. So a newspaper editor in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, picked a random groundhog and announced, "This groundhog is the official weather prognosticator for Northern America." And the American people were okay with that, since most of them didn't subscribe to that newspaper or even know how to pronounce Punxsutawney. The original groundhog was named Phil, despite the fact that Punxsutawney Paul sounds better. Observance of Groundhog Day has become a holiday of monolithic importance. It is legitimate to start celebrating this holiday as early as November, and anyone who does so need offer no apologies or critics.
That's right. I am all about saying Happy Groundhog's Day.
Happy Groundhog's Day to everybody.
Bring that back.
Well, and so this episode is going to be about preparation for Groundhog's Day, because a lot of times it gets ignored.
Sneaks up on you.
Groundhogs really love Jolly Ranchers, according to Adam, although I did know one who refused to eat the cherry ones. Apple was his favorite. I guess we'll take his word for that. I don't have any way to refute that. All right. So as we roll on, we're going to help you, our viewers who we love, to prepare for Groundhog's Day, because many of you are probably distracted by lesser holidays like Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Right.
Isn't that a long way away? What did I just say? Pets are awesome. It's not too early to start talking about groundhogs.
Never too. I went to Home Depot this morning, and they already have their Groundhog Day stuff out already.
Do they?
Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah. They got the rakes and the hose for the digging the ground and for all that. They got all of that stuff out already. I mean, they keep it out year round. I'm not going to lie. They keep a lot of the gardening equipment out year round to celebrate Groundhog Day.
Celebrate Groundhog's Day.
Yeah.
That's a great observation. It's a great observation. All right. I'm going to bring Jim up. What kind of decoration should we be putting up for Groundhog's Day? Well, stay tuned, Rachel. That's coming.
Are we
got rakes and post
saying goodbye to Facebook?
Yeah. I'm sure not how to remove Facebook stream. You have to do that, producer. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching on Facebook, it's not that we don't love you. It's nothing personal. Hippity hop over to Facebook, jump on there, and we will talk to you. But for now, we say adieu. Watch this. Boom. And Facebook is no longer with us. Just that.
Wow, we're still here.
Mm-hmm.
We're still here. This is...
Yeah, everybody else is still here, but those Facebook people, I thought they would never leave.
So glad to be rid of them.
So glad to be rid of them. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, coming back to the program for another visit is the incomparable Jim Hope. Let's bring him into the stream. There he is.
Hey, play the theme music again. Play our theme music. Yay. See, I bring the energy. You guys, I've been observing, and I bring energy. I'm the energy guy.
I have a feeling. Was that the theme music you were looking for?
No, I'm grooving. That's it. That's the stuff. That's the meat. That's the meat to my potatoes.
Do I need to do everything tonight, producer?
Everything. Clearly.
He was talking about the jam.
It was a good jam. Let me say this. Let me be honest with you. I was almost late because I was out hanging my Groundhog Day lights about this far up above the ground, and I almost got a backache. And so it's dangerous. It's not good. It's not healthy because I'm over 9 feet tall. So when I have to bend down like that, when you're 10, 12 feet tall like I am, you have to bend out. Oh my gosh, the back just goes, it snaps, and then you have to go to the back store. Yes.
Now, Jim, they have people that will there are services that will come out and hang up your Groundhog Day lights for you for a nominal fee.
I understand that comedians often tell falsehoods in order to get a comedy punchline joke. And that's what that sounded like to me, Brian. It sounded like a falsehood of some sort to get a comedy punchline joke.
There would never be any falsehoods about Groundhog Day. I love that holiday far too much.
Okay, good. Then I will hire one of these wonderful service people.
It sounded different from your proclamation that you just finished hanging your groundhog lights, right?
Brian was honest. I was being honest. I think Brian was joshing.
That's true.
Who in their
and
right
he is
mind?
really 9 feet tall. So
yes, exactly.
That is not a falsehood or an exaggeration of any sort.
Honest man. I'm this great election season. This is terrific.
I've seen Jim.
Yeah. Oh,
I've seen Jim up close, and he is at least 11 feet tall.
I'm over 15 feet tall. I am the world's tallest woman. Yes, but I am the. Let you figure out the lyrics to the other theme. I would.
Oh, you want to do that with Jim? We can do that. Let's do that.
What's the theme? Yes,
Jim. What you may not know is that we have more than one theme song on this show. This is not a show that one theme song can fully contain, and so we have several. One of them, we don't even know the words to all of it. And so our producer will play it for you, and we'll see if you can figure out what these lyrics are. Okay, go ahead.
It's the Quarantine Show! Ladies and gentlemen, the man who is crushing quarantine when it's not killing him first, John Branyan!
While not drinking quarts. That's it. Okay. Right? And see, I knew that. I was like, I was on Jeopardy. So I know things. What is not doing sports? What is not wearing jorts? That's what it is. That's what that was. So that is, what is that?
Not drinking quarts.
Not drinking quarts. Yes. Of some sort of fluid.
Because John does frequently wear jorts, actually. That's his main outfit.
That is what a lot of people don't understand is that's the official gear of Groundhog's Day is jorts and a tank top.
That's when you want to be fancy around. That's when you want to impress the groundhog. So, I almost say Groundhog Days, like sitting around with his snot hurricane voice. Oh, it's not a hurricane.
Groundhog season. So Jim, I know we're gonna do Hope and Change here in a minute, right?
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Are you prepared for that?
I'll do it. Yes.
Okay, great.
I'm a very busy person, John.
I don't want to ask more of you than would be appropriate. But before we do that, we have a little game that we play here on SKUs called Affirm or Deny. And basically we bring high-powered, important celebrity guests on, and we ask them some questions, and they either affirm or deny those questions. Now, Jim
What did you get this week?
Well, not only is Jim a comedian, but he is a high-powered television writer and producer.
Very exciting. Yes. Television. That's the finest art form. Yes. Only the smartest and most talented people work in television. Yeah, I do.
Okay. So he's a television producer. So I'm going to ask a series of affirm or deny questions of you as a television producer. Okay. Yeah. So you can clear up some of these things for us. So it's just affirm or deny. Television producers' bodies are over 80% water. Affirm or deny?
Deny. They're over 80% negativity. The rest is Cheetos.
So they're 80% negativity and 20% Cheetos? Is that what you said?
Cheetos.
The baked ones, the baked ones, or the fried one?
Crunchy, flaming hot, and crunchy. That's what we are. That's actually my nickname through college.
Crunchy Cheeto.
Yeah, just hot crunchy. Yeah, that was my nickname.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So that was a deny.
Deny.
All right. Television producers can move objects with their minds. Affirm or deny?
Affirm, because their minds tell their hands to move objects.
Okay, your first answer was so completely wrong, and then your second answer was.
Are your hands like PAs at that point?
Yeah. Yes, they're public appearances. Correct.
Yes. Okay.
They're mnemonic atrophy. Yes.
Okay.
They're
perfect.
Psychedelic animals. Yes. Whatever the PAs that you're looking for. These are not the PAs you're looking for. These are not. I offer you unlimited power. Anyway.
Third question. Third question. Television producers bleed when you cut them.
Yes, but but not blood. Again, negativity and Cheetos. So technically something comes out, but it's not blood.
So it's this sort of caustic sludge of Cheetos and negativity.
I'm a positive Cheetos and negativity. That's
A positive negativity.
A positive negativity. Oh, there's a lot of complaining in there all the way, by the way. Yes, loads of complaining in that negativity. Boy, a lot of whining about how hard your job is. That it's so hard. They're not listening and laughing. It's because you're not funny. I don't like that. All right. The premise of your show stinks. I don't believe you. They bought it. Sorry. That was mean.
Television producers look better in muted colors. Affirm or deny?
I would actually say in muted colors. What do you think?
I'm going to have to see you in something a little more vivid.
Yeah, I don't think I look better in anything. No matter whatever it is, it's not going to look better. It's we don't honestly, writer producers, we don't make things look better. That's why we're not in front of the camera. That's why we're behind the camera. I have a face for writing. It's
television producers never look better. Is that the
this is not a whole lot of good to be. No, America doesn't need this really anymore.
Television producers cast a shadow when you open the fridge door. Affirm or deny?
They cast a shadow whenever you pitch them a show while they're eating dinner. See, if you're eating dinner and somebody comes up to you and says, "Hey, I got an idea for a program for you," that's when you cast a big shadow, and that you're leaving. That's probably yes. I would say that. It's not the best answer, but it's the one that came up with. Oh my gosh, you have no idea how many times people have had ideas for me.
Man,
now,
I
don't have any. I don't have a single idea. I'm glad you came up to me in this cab and had an idea that maybe I could sell for you. Oh, I can take it in for you and give you 90%. Oh, terrific. That's good. Thank you. Because I never had an idea of my own. I'm glad you have all the ideas. I didn't realize if I came into this hair salon, there'd be all these people with ideas for me.
You see that negativity? That's 80% of
negativity right there. That's the 80%.
There's another one of those falsehoods because Jim's not going into hair salons. Let's be honest.
Jim's not going to the hair salon.
I'm not. I swear, like I would go to a salon anyway. What's that? I wouldn't even go to the salon in Paris, and I love Claude Monet.
Okay, just one more question while I got you here. And then after the show, I got an idea that I want to pitch you. Television producers hang upside down to sleep. Affirm or deny?
Only after having a nice filling meal of blood. We feed on the cows in the field and then we hang upside down to sleep. But occasionally we take humans. We don't have the same values as the Cullens.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's all the questions I have. I'm sure I'll think of some more later.
Oh, I'm sure they're lovely. I feel ambushed. I'm a little triggered in these days by these questions. It feels like I've been jumped and beaten down by your hostility toward my creed and my peoples.
Then you have discerned correctly.
I know. Like honestly, comics are. Comics are the meanest people on the planet. Let's just be honest. They're the least. They smile a lot, but there's
How are you expecting to be treated tonight when you came on the show with other? What did you think was going to happen?
I know.
This is where you live. You live in this environment, don't you?
I do. Yeah, no, I do. I like it. And you know what? Let me say this. Honestly, in all honesty, I watch your guys' show every week, and I just love it. I've never seen it before.
He's never seen it before, and he's been on it once. That tells you something.
I close my eyes.
I was going to say, yeah.
I gotta ask, what is the worst show you've ever been pitched? What is the worst idea you've ever been pitched?
Oh, that's a great question.
You know what? The worst idea has probably been mine. I'm not like pick on anybody. I mean, I've probably had the worst idea ever. I can't.
Oh, they're
really,
not watching.
I kick them all out.
You don't have to say whose it was.
Yeah, no. But if I said it and somebody was watching, they'd know who they were. But I've heard some really bad things. I hear things that are. I can't say it. Yeah, because it's not an idea. Usually, it's like, hey, 3 guys go to the beach, and you're like, no, 3 guys like go to the beach.
I thought you were gonna say.
Okay, they're at the beach, and the obstacle. What do they want? What's the obstacle to getting what they want? I don't know. That's for you. You're the writer. They're at the beach. That's fun. They're at the beach.
It writes itself.
Yeah, you get handsome guys, and they're funny, and they're healthy, and one of them's not. Maybe he has some sort of horrible disease. That'll be fun.
Easily 5 seasons. Easily 5 seasons.
That's easy. That's streaming. Streaming, they pick anything, right? Go there and take it to them. Like that, it's like stuff like that. No, those are the pit. I mean, people go, it's like that's a cast photo at very best. I mean, it's like, okay. So, I mean, yeah, people, but mostly, I mean, honestly, I don't mind people pitching things to me. I mean, they're very nice and people are sweet and stuff like that. It's just when they want me to pay them after I've sold it, that's where I'm not so happy. No, I'm kidding. What if I had? That would be great, But yeah, you get kind of. I mean, I have half-baked notions, and I've done this for 30 years. So I mean, what I mean. It's like it's not easy, Right. So, and everybody wants a crack. They meet you and they think that, it's like here's my in, and maybe that's right. I mean, you should think it's your in, I guess. If you had an idea burning a hole in your head forever, But it's not like I can just call up, ABC or something. Oh, this guy just said this thing, and I think it's perfect. It's like they're not just gonna, There's a lot of work that goes into it,
Yeah.
But anyway, it's not fair for me to be mean. I was being mean. I apologize. That was
Well,
I repent.
Fair.
It's not fair, but it's proper.
We actually have an official guy on this show who will apologize on your behalf, Jim. So you don't even have to do that, Brian.
Seriously?
Yeah, yep. Brian takes all of the blame for everything that goes wrong on this show. So if you hurt anybody's feelings, it's Brian's job to apologize for it.
Thank you,
I
Brian.
got you.
You can say whatever you want.
That could be a show. That could be a show. Absolutely. The guy just apologizes for other people.
Actually, that could be a show. I mean, there's something in that because there's an obstacle. There's a guy. There's like a unique perspective, at least, right? He has a want. Wants people to be happy. Now he has to have an obstacle. What's keeping him from doing that? See, this is the essence of it, And then why is that a fun show? And who's going to star in it? Liam Neeson, of course, because he's good at everything. Eventually, to get his kid back, he has to apologize so he can get his child back. He's a man.
I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
I'm very sorry for what I've done. Perhaps I overstepped my bounds.
Yeah, and he's on a commuter train, and the train can't go below certain things, and he's got to find the killer that he doesn't know his mom is, and he's never found his wife, and then he's going to go but he's got to get. Yeah, I love that.
He goes back in time.
Yeah.
Oh, he's terrific. Everything he does going back in time, and
then there's dinosaurs. Everybody got quiet, like my idea was
no.
We're all
writing it down because it's so good.
Yeah. You ever do that? You're like a party, everyone's talking, and then you're telling a story, and then right as you say something weird, the whole room shuts up.
You guys are throwing all these crazy ideas. I'd say dinosaurs, and everyone's like,
"Oh, Hollywood, John has
dinosaurs."
Look at that. Juan left again.
He's calling his agent.
That's right. He was hanging in there till I said dinosaurs, and then he's like, I'm out of here. He'll probably never come back. All right. The first time I worked with Jim Hope, this is just a little background information because not everybody knows you as well as I do, Jim. The first time I ever saw Jim Hope in my life, did I ever tell you this story? I think I did. But I was working at the comedy club in Indianapolis, and the comedy club owner said, Chick Barron takes a cigar out of him, and I said, you ought to go watch this guy. because I wasn't even there that week. There was somebody else there, and I don't know why I was there, but he goes, "You ought to go watch this guy, Brandon. He's really clean. I think you'll like him." And that was it. And so I went in, and I stood in the back of the room and in Broad Ripple, and I watched Jim Hope get up and the first thing that Jim did was the MC. If you've never been to a comedy club before, there's 3 acts. There's the MC, the opener, there's the middle, the feature act, and then there's the headliner. And Jim was headlining that night, and so the MC was introducing him, and it was a lady, and she goes, Our headliner act this evening is from Los Angeles. And from the back of the room, this voice cried out like, "Los Angeles? Wow, he must be really good if he's coming from Los Angeles. He's traveled to all different clubs and colleges. Wow, this guy, I can't wait to see him." It was Jim. Jim was like heckling the opener during his introduction.
I was heckling myself because I'm like, well, who cares about that stuff? It was embarrassing. It's like, oh, he does this and this and this. Who cares if he's not funny, right?
He's fantastic.
Like, yeah, he's so good. Oh, it's embarrassing, and then they applaud for you before they've seen you, just so they can be disappointed afterward. It's like it just builds you. Oh, we're so excited to see him. Oh, that wasn't so good. Oh. The rest of it, you can't, what are you going to do? So I just kind of attacked.
Right. And so that was my first exposure. And then, so he goes running up on the stage. And my first thought was, wow, that guy's at least 12 feet tall. And then my second thought,
I'm a giant.
He's a giant. And then my second thought was, he's really, he was having fun. You seem like you were having fun up on stage.
Oh, I was miserable the entire time. It was the worst. It was the worst time. I did have fun. I really did. I actually, to be honest with you, when you first saw me, I was going through a period of stage fright. And I'd been giving speeches and whatnot. I was a 4th in the nation and was speaking in high school when I was in high. I was a very good speaker. And so I've been in front of audiences. My grandfather's a preacher. I was in front of audiences my whole life. I loved it and stuff. And then I went through this weird period where I was just suddenly I had stage fright, and I don't know why. It was like, I just did it. And so I had to address it somehow because I was making a living doing that. And what I did is I decided it was fight or flight. So I could either flee or I could fight. And so what I would do is go on stage with a lot of aggression and attitude because I was going to fight my way through this.
Yeah.
And it worked. And so
it worked great.
And then it was like, it got to be fun at that point. But it was like going through this period of having to retrain myself to be on stage. It was a really weird thing. So yeah, it was kind of like, I don't have a choice. It's like people go, do you get writer's block? No, I get paid to do this. I can't have writer's block. That doesn't happen. It's like, this is my job. It's like, I can't worry about anything. I can't, so that was how that was for me. It's like, I can't have stage fright. This is my job. So it was like,
well, it worked. I didn't know that part of it, but I was going to say that he went on the stage and I had never seen anything like that before.
It developed a whole bit. I mean, it became this whole thing, and it was like, this is really fun. I do like doing this.
Just so insane. It's just, there was so much energy. And the thing that I remember about the bit, well, there's 2 things. One of them was the rant, which he's going to do in a minute. And then the other one was you were talking about Rod Stewart. You remember your Rod Stewart bit? And
yeah. Something about he looks like a chicken. It's like he goes, if you want my body and you think I'm sick, come on, baby, let me go. And then I went through the crowd and just people.
And it's just. It kept going on and on and on. And he was down on the stage. The stage was low, Brian. The stage was low, and this lady is sitting, there's tables all the way around the front. You know how it is in the comedy club. And he's doing that. He's like, he's this far from this lady in the front, just going,
yeah.
He just wouldn't stop. He just kept doing it.
Some guys have all the luck. Yeah, you have all the luck. Look at you. I went through the crowd and just buck-awed on the people. Yeah,
I heard it here first.
Yeah, Yeah, that it was, you know, and again, that was the thing that I was getting. I actually did. I was attacking my stage fright by doing that, and then it became a bit. And then and then once I was over the stage fright thing, after a period of time, I was like, well, this is fun, and that's how it became this thing.
Did you because obviously people are not going to be too fond of that. Some people are not going to be too fond of that. Did you like lean into it at that point? Like
if somebody hated it, I did it twice as it was 10 times funny, because remember, I'm 15 feet tall. Who's going to say anything? No, most people really like it, because by the time when they're in there for the fun of it and stuff. And if somebody really didn't like it, obviously I'd move on to somebody else. Brutalize somebody unless it's funny, and then I would. But yeah, what I wanted to do is I would start getting people to do it with me, and that was fun too. And then you get somebody going back at you, and then you have people bukkake. It was fun. All the bukkake going on in the crowd. It was so
There's that little like moment in your brain where you see someone's not enjoying it, and you're like, I could leave them alone, or I could torture this human being and see if I can get them on my side.
I could double down on this. It's like if you're a friendly sort and they came there to have fun, usually it doesn't, but yeah, I've never had anybody like react in a really super negative way. I don't think, but I used to do a lot of weird stuff. So anyway, and once you hit 50, you look silly doing it. So I stopped.
You look silly doing it before 50.
I know, but I didn't know that. So let's.
Rod Stewart. That was back when Rod Stewart was on the radio.
People knew who Rod Stewart was back then. That's so funny that you said it. I'd forgotten the bit entirely, because I haven't done it for, I think, 26 years, 27,
as soon
8
as I said Rod Stewart, it came right back.
Oh, yeah. No, I remember the bit. I mean, I was doing a chicken in front of people. You remember those times.
I was going to say, you notice he didn't go, Rod Stewart. No, I don't remember.
Was that the bit where I went, was that the bit where I quoted Keats? Thou still and ravished bride of quietness, thou foster child of silence, slow time, sylvan historian who canst thus express a flowery tale more sweetly than our rhyme. What leaf-fringed legend halts about thy shape, if deities or mortals or of both, in Tempe or the dales of Arcady? Was that the bit? No, it wasn't.
No. You acted like a chicken.
Yeah, I think that was it. Chicken bit. Yeah, that Tempe, the dales of Arcady. That was it. That was the key.
The other one was David Bowie. That was the David Bowie bit. That was.
And then the thing that he was closing on, it was a little thing that I had never seen before, and it was
because I invented it, John. I invented
it. And it was. I remember. Here's what I heard after it was over. Jim, sit up and pay attention.
No, this is a spot I should have looked at. Anyway, go ahead.
So this, how the show's over and he leaves the stage and the lights come up and everybody gets up from their tables and they're starting to put their jackets on and everything. And I heard this table. There were three women kind of sitting at this table, and the one woman, as she's putting her coat on, she says, "That last thing that guy did was pretty brilliant." That was what she said.
That's
pretty brilliant.
That's nice of her.
Yeah.
That's very kind. Wow.
And then she went on to pitch you an idea for a sitcom.
And sold it, and that show became Friends. It was that show became Seinfeld. That woman was Jerry Seinfeld, and that show became Seinfeld. That was success right there. And that woman
was Jerry Seinfeld.
Was Ray Romano.
So do you have a rant that you're prepared for?
The thing is, I used to do these on a show called Friday Night on NBC that I used to do with my friend Henry Cho, and I would go on and do these things, and it was just my thing. Because those people that are always in conspiracy theories. Those people. I had a neighbor who was like a big conspiracy theory guy, right? So it was like one of those things where it's like I know what this is, and I know what that is, and so you'd hear these things and you just go to him and ask him, like, how did this happen? And you go, this is one that he said to me recently, because it's a neighbor. I mean, I know the guy. He's talking. I mean, it's like, what do you think about groundhogs? Where do groundhogs come from? Because I knew we'd be talking groundhogs. And I said, where do you think groundhogs, what do you think they get their power? And he goes, dude, it's so obvious. Groundhogs are controlled by Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Putin. No, it's obvious. Look at it. Look at the world. Everybody knows Putin's controlling everything, right? Just to begin with. But you got to think even more than that, just specifically about groundhogs. Specifically, when you get right into the groundhog thing, you got to think about this. You got groundhogs. You got Groundhog Day, which starred who? It starred Bill Murray, right? Exactly. And Murray was who? He was the writer on the Mary Tyler Moore Show, right? He was played by Gavin McLeod, who became Captain Stuving on what? On the Love Boat. Is the Love Boat involved? Of course they are. Because think about this, folks. On the Love Boat, you had who? The bartender, who was Isaac, right? And Isaac is the son of Abraham, and Abraham Lincoln was our 16th president. Now, 16 Candles was a movie starring who? Starring Molly Ringwald, right? Ringwald. And The Ring is an American horror film that is based on a Japanese horror film that is, get this, called The Ring. Coincidence? I don't think so, right? Because Japan's national flower is the chrysanthemum, right? Which is also known as the mom. Your mom is your mother, and you're supposed to respect your mother. That's the fifth commandment. Exactly. Right. And the fifth amendment is that you're not supposed to incriminate yourself. And yet somehow, if you take the last ding dong, your wife says you're not entitled to legal representation. That's exactly my point, folks. That's exactly my point. And yes, I did bring up ding dongs, which you talked about last time I was on the show, because ding dongs are involved with everything. Why is that? Well, because you have to ask yourself, who ate ding dongs while Cheech and Chong played ping pong? King Kong. And Hong Kong is part of China. Is China involved? Of course they are. Of course. And what's the opposite of course? Fine. And fine China goes into a cabinet. And a cabinet. A little cabin is a cabinet. And The Cabin in the Woods is a movie starring who? Starring Chris Hemsworth, who was Thor. And why was he Thor? Because he exercised too much. I'll hold. I don't care. And Thor was the Norse god of thunder, right? And thunder peels. And so do bananas. Are bananas involved? Of course they're not. Bananas are pure and good, and I resent the implication that they're part of this. There's another Peel involved. The director, Jordan Peele. He directed Get Out. How is Get Out part of this? Well, think about this. Get Out starred who? It starred Daniel Kaluuya, right? And you take a little bit of Kaluuya, and you put a little bit of cream in it, and what do you get? You get a white Russian. And who's the most powerful white Russian in the world? Vladimir Putin. That's what he said. That's what he said. So I believed it.
Perfect sense. Makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Well, if you get a little Kaluuya and a little cream, Ken, you can have a drink. It's a white Russian.
Yep. There you go. There you go. Hope and change, everybody.
Hope and change. That was my
egg. All right.
To memorize that during the day. That's the hard part of these things.
That was impressive.
Because they say these things to me, and then I have to memorize it. That's the hard part. They say
you have to have them repeat themselves.
Right. Over and over. I just record it and I write it. You know, you have to surreptitiously write while they're talking.
All right. So, Jim, what we're going to do now is, we're going to spill all of my blue liquid into my computer keyboard.
That's a plan. That's a good plan.
And then we're going to play a thing called Toilet Paper Rorschach. And how this works is I got some toilet paper here. It's regular, ordinary toilet paper. You may have similar at your state. And then we've got some blue liquid. It's just regular blue food coloring. Normally I will do like orange for holidays, but since we're celebrating Groundhog's Day, I think you know why we're doing blue.
Exactly.
And we dip the toilet paper into the substance to get it wet, and then I'm going to slam it down here on a surface, and it's going to splatter out and make a pattern. And then you are going to tell me what that pattern looks like, and then we will psychoanalyze you. Okay. So without further ado, I'm using 2 sheets of toilet paper too. I ordinarily will just use one for lesser guests. There it is. And then this goes. Ooh, it's going to be.
He didn't say that.
Yeah, it's going to be good. All right. You want to bring up the TP cam there?
Oh, there it is.
All right, there we go. All right. So, what do you think, Jim?
Oh, that's an interesting. It's clear. That's clear now. Mickey Mouse has been decapitated. You see it, right? It's decapitated Mickey Mouse. Right?
There's his head, right?
Yeah, there's his head, and then the body's below it, and then the little parts are falling out. Yes, flying off from him. It's the Mickey Mouse explosion, or his head is just flying off.
Yeah.
Right? And the rest is just like I would say that. That's what I see.
That is actually what it looks like.
Yeah. No. It's a guy cut in half. Exactly, Kara. I agree with Kara. Yeah. You killed the Smurf. Agreed.
I see a French poodle where Mickey Mouse's head is, and so you can see the up like flying away, and down below is like a Thundercats flaming logo coming out to celebrate Groundhog Day.
Way to bring us back to our theme, Brian. Good job.
That's why I'm here.
All right. So we got time for one more. Let's do another one. Since I don't like to waste the toilet paper and just use it once. So we'll use it up. Get another.
Well, what with the shortages coming up?
Right. So, all right, there we go.
Oh wow, that's a well, you know what it is? It's a whale attached to a helicopter floating above a building with other fish, a platform with other fish swimming up to it. That's what it is. Yeah, that's clearly what it is.
A whale attached to a helicopter.
Yeah, a whale in a helicopter, or just a whale. Yeah, with the helicopter blade above it, or no, it's a whale with a spout, maybe just the whale. Yeah, and then there's the dock platform there, and then there's other fish flying up. Yeah,
and then these are other fish.
Yeah, those are other fish. Yes,
that looks like
that's
that
what I'm
might
saying.
be a whale kind of in the background. See how
Maybe
far away.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Yeah,
Brian.
that's what
I see. Now stick with me. I see Toucan Sam from the cereal.
Ooh.
That's on the far left. He's facing diagonally, kicking like a bag of some sort, and his boot has come through. He has kicked so hard, his boot has come through the wall. Yeah, that is his boot.
Love it. Very solid. That's very solid.
Yeah, that's good. Toucan Sam, having bird feet, is wearing human boots.
Yes.
Yep.
It's part of Groundhog Day attire, along with jorts.
I was a little disappointed that you didn't bring our Groundhog Day back in, but
the jorts are good. Yeah. 40 billion good paying jobs. That's what you're going to get. 40 billion good paying green jobs. That's what you want.
All right, Jim, buckle up, because now we are going to bring up Brian April's review. We haven't done one of these for a few weeks. And so all of you guys who have been waiting for it, all of you have been writing angry letters saying, hey, what's up with the review? Why haven't you done it? That's the only reason that we tune into your stupid show. Well, here it is. Brian April is going to do a review. This week's review is of the Giant Gummy Bears Party Python. 8 foot, 26.9 pounds of gummy goodness. Brian, take it away.
Absolutely. And it is yours for the low price of $120.
Which sounds like a lot, but it's only $28 an ounce, or 28 cents an ounce.
Yeah,
right?
It's really not that bad. It's over 450 servings. It's made in the USA, 12 plus months of shelf life. It's almost 8 feet long, and again, it's over 26 pounds of gummy goodness.
Of gummy goodness. I would argue with the 450 servings, though. I think that's like 3 servings.
Yeah, that's a meal. That's maybe a meal or two. If you want to get a doggy bag and just, take some of it home.
Put half the snake in the doggy bag. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have, so we have, as we always start out with the pressing questions. What flavor is it? And the answer is pure sugar and death. So that is number one. Do I have to wear it? And the answer is, why wouldn't you? It's comfortable, warm, and you look great. Let's see. Has anyone eaten this whole thing in one sitting? And the answer is, in 2010, a woman ate a 30,000 calorie meal in 2 hours. This monster is over 36,000 calories. Somebody should call Man vs. Food.
Well, no, wait a minute. My question is, if you wear the python around your neck, does it become a boa?
Oh, very nice. Very nice. We can make a sitcom out of that.
I was going to say, Jim, can I be on a show? Can I be on a show?
There's a show. You got a show. That's a good show right there. That guy that's a show concept.
Well, and with the election coming up, this fits right in.
What election?
For the new head of programming of the Smurfs.
Oh, okay, good.
I
thought I missed it.
Yeah. Is this even a legal weapon? Which I thought was a kind of a weird question. But, the answer is, under current U.S. laws, possession of a 26-pound gummy worm is completely legal as long as it is not concealed. Unless, of course, you also have a valid concealed sweets permit. However, some anti-gummy legislators are trying to make sales of any gummy over 1 pound a felony, so better play it safe and just buy yours soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you have to register it? That's my question.
It doesn't say anything about that, but I'm assuming if you have to, get a permit, then I would imagine you have to register that.
Have you registered your gummy python?
Yeah.
And we have 2 reviews. One, it's been stuck inside of me for 8 days now. Pretty short and sweet, to the point. This one's a little longer, but it says, I was in need of both a pet and a deliciously sweet snack. This served both my purposes nicely. I was disappointed that Amazon Prime was not available, as I feared my python would not arrive in a healthy state. To my surprise, Monty arrived safe and sound. Upon opening the box, I knew I had found my new best friend in Monty. His sweet eyes bulged out at me in delight. I knew he was also happy to be home. For the first week, Monty and I had a great time. We went on several outings together, including the aquarium. It was a great first day. The disappointing aspect, and thus 4 stars, is that the care instructions and access to gummy rats was very poor. I had no idea that pet ownership would be this challenging. But I can happily report that Monty and I are doing quite well. We share a gummy rat each week, and his shine is back. I have placed several heat lamps in his play area to keep him warm and supple. In total, this has been a great adventure full of love and joy. I would caution that pet ownership is a serious responsibility, and these pythons need a lot of care.
That's terrific. That's true. That's so nice to hear that. That's great. Because a lot of people get these and they do it. They get these pythons because they want to have fights between them and their gummy alligators.
Yes.
And it's just a mess. It's cruelty. It's like a bum fight video. It's not.
Right. And then the, animal services gets called in. And we've all heard those stories. How many gummy pythons end up at the gummy pound just because of misguided people who want to get this for their kids?
It makes you just want to take those people and just shake them for a little bit. For fun, because you want to dance, but you also because, you want to make them think, what are you doing? What is your life about? What's your deficit?
This is
That's my mom. My mom doesn't eat anything that makes her neck sticky.
Well,
I have never heard her utter that phrase before.
No,
That's the first time in my life my mom has ever said that. I don't eat anything that makes my neck sticky.
Including the new perfume by Beyonce. Which, I wouldn't eat that, but it makes your neck sticky.
Oh, the sticky neck.
Yeah. But I think it's a serious thing. And, just because, like on Easter, people get bunnies, Groundhog Day, they get the giant gummy pythons. This is not just something cute for the kids that you put in a basket. This is
well, the real danger along that, Brian. Thank you for bringing this up, because this is really important for people to recognize. Is when you put it under the tree for Groundhog Day, and you're giving it to your kids, and you're going, "This is going to be a great thing," but you don't poke some holes in the box, the top of the box,
right?
Right, and then you leave it in there for a few days, and then what do they find when they open up the box? What do they find?
Right. A dead python.
Dead gummy python.
Well, the other thing that occurred to me is, a lot of times people bring home those bags of the little gummy, the little gummy worms, and then they'll flush those down the toilet, and then they just grow.
Yeah, they go to the Everglades.
They become 26-foot gummy pythons.
Yeah,
and then they come out and they eat people's dogs.
Their habitat. They grow to the size of their habitat. I mean, this is something that we should pay attention to, and I'm really glad you guys are bringing attention. I mean, really, this show is fantastic. I mean, really.
It's not just to educate, or it's not just to entertain. It's also
I don't know
what it's for.
You should have more than 7 viewers. That's what I'm just saying. That's all.
This is what we like to call edutainment. Edutainment.
Yes. We can't even keep all of our crew on here at the same time.
More people doing it than watching, but yes. Yeah, that's the...
John was like, great show, but I can't stay.
He's not even on the thing. All right, I got a couple of
He might be Gummy, actually. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm by the way, I'm Gummy. I'm Gummy Jim Hope. I'm not a real Jim Hope. I'm the Gummy version. My neck is sticky also.
Real people can't be
26.9 pounds.
Right. He's got to be made of sugar.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a few little news stories that I'm going to throw up here to get you guys to comment on real quickly. What's the matter, producer? Why are you looking at me like that? Okay. Our producer, she sees. Okay. All right. So here they are. She's going to put them up here. First news story. And I just want you guys to comment on these as you see fit. All right. Trump or Biden, the Peruvian shamans.
I'm sorry.
Back up. Don't go further. Just leave it there.
Oh, I thought you were asking a question, Trump or Biden.
Peruvian shamans try to predict the U.S. election winner. All right. So the Peruvian shamans in Lima, Peru, with incense, smoke, flowers, and photos of President Donald Trump and Democratic rival Joe Biden, Peruvian shamans performed an ancestral ritual on Wednesday for the U.S. elections. But there was little agreement about who would win on the November 3rd ballot. All right. So chanting and blowing a traditional Andean shell instrument, the shamans dressed in multicolored garb invoked the Pachamama or Mother Earth for the U.S. vote to take place in peace without attacks or any witchcraft between the rivals. So let me make sure that you understood what just happened there. Mm-hmm. The voodoo witch doctors were invoking a spirit to make sure that there wouldn't be any witchcraft between the rivals.
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah. You want to, and it is pronounced shaman.
Shaman
for whoever.
I thought it was Charmin.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yes.
I thought it was Squeezably Soft. The Squeezably Soft religion. I wasn't sure. Yeah. Animism. Yeah.
Well, during the ritual, the shamans dressed in Andean ponchos, cloaks, rubber medicinal plants, fruits, and even a live snake on photos of Democratic candidate Biden and Republican Trump.
So they invoked witchcraft to make sure that there was no witchcraft between the two of them.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because a lot of the time you'll see Joe Biden and Donald Trump with giant live snakes and other sorts of amulets and their debates and whatnot. Yeah. That was something that they were having a really hard time stopping. Chris Wallace, that was his big beef.
Right.
Was all the ostrich feathers and there's no ostriches in South America. What am I talking about? I'm drunk. Taper snouts. That's what it is. Taper snouts.
When Trump came out, he had a bone through his nose. You remember how awkward that was?
Yeah.
Really embarrassing.
I know they had the mute button, so if anyone was rattling the chicken bones too long, they would mute it. because they didn't want to interrupt with the rattling of the chicken bones.
Mhm. That was a big part of it.
You want me to pronounce the word shaman? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, shaman.
Shaman. 40 billion good-paying jobs for the shaman.
I got in trouble.
Bernie Sanders. They said Bernie Sanders was the winner.
I got in trouble saying Chipotle a couple of weeks ago too. Remember that?
As rightly so. Let's by the way.
All right. Next story.
Wait, which one did they pick? They weren't picking somebody. They were just
they
saying.
couldn't come to an agreement. Remember, there was some contention.
So it's going to be close.
Yeah.
What do you guys think this is a picture of?
A child's birthday party gone horribly wrong from a bouncy castle.
Yeah,
I think it's a bouncy castle. The headline is Child 3, so that's a 3-year-old child.
No.
Yes. Survives. Okay, so relax.
The bouncy house flew in the sky.
Survives wild sky ride. Caught in. You want to guess what that is? What she's caught in?
It looks like a fly strip, but a really large one. You know, doesn't it? It's like a giant fly strip. Like, how big are the flies there?
Or it's a gigantic toad's tongue. It's like it thinks she's a fly and it's going and grabbing her. That's what that is. From the astronaut coming to save her. That's what.
Child 3 survives.
DeLorean trying to save her.
Survives wild sky ride caught in the tail of a giant kite.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. 3-year-old girl was entangled in the tail of a giant kite, survived a terrifying ride after being swept more than 100 feet, 30 meters for you Europeans, into the air during a kite festival in Taiwan. Horrified spectators screamed as the girl was catapulted high above them, where she spun helplessly at the end of the kite's long orange streamer as it soared and swooped in the air. It took 30 seconds before the girl's nightmare ended, and she was pulled back to the ground by a member of the crowd as the kite was brought back under control.
And when she landed, she said, "It's going to be Biden." That was their ritual. That was their discussion. Yeah, that's what they went through.
Yep.
That poor kite. Like
those shaman didn't think to pray about airborne tragedy. Videos of the incident was shared at festival goers and social media, quickly wrapped up millions of views. But I think
no one tried to help. They all just took their phones out and just. That's what I love about today. You know, that's what would happen. Wow, this looks really good. Someone should grab that. Someone should grab it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's right there. It's just
Hey, that guy's stuck in cement, and there's a bulldozer coming by at 2 miles an hour. Let's see if it hits him. It's going to take about 5 minutes, but let's just see. It's people are.
Hey, mister, look this way. Wave.
I'm sad that Juan isn't here for this next story, because this was something that he mentioned a couple of weeks ago, and that's on the next slide. It's you guys want to guess what that is?
Oh no,
that's well, those are robotic dogs.
Yeah, those Boston robotic dogs.
But what are they doing?
Is this a dog? Oh, is this the new version of Westminster Dog Show, where they're going to they're picking best in robotic dog show? Is the best in robotic dog breeds? Is that what this is?
Not a bad guess.
Yeah.
Those are actually dancing robots. Dancing robots replace fans at Japanese baseball game.
Oh, well, that's good.
Their stadium is devoid of fans due to the coronavirus. The Japanese baseball teams from the SoftBank Hawks have come up with an imaginative replacement, dancing robots, for their most recent professional baseball game against the Rakuten Eagles. Over 20 robots danced to the team's fight song on a podium in the otherwise empty stands.
Yeah, and I'm a huge Rakuten Eagles fan, so that was a big day for us to watch that.
Is there a fight song YMCA? Because that looks like what's going on.
That is true.
I see these videos of all these robotic dogs, especially the ones that kind of look like this, and I just go, please stop making these. Have you not seen movies? Do you know how this ends?
Horrifying. You've seen them go. Yeah, that's all. I mean, and it's not going to stop there. They're going to have like 6 or 8 different legs. They're going to be so fast it's stupid, and then they have saws coming out of different parts of them. That's our.
They're going to like twerk, and it's going to be awful. The dances that they're going to do are going to be just brutal.
That's what we're going to be subjected to. That's the abomination that causes desolation, right there.
That's right. They will do the robot. They will do that dance.
Yeah. No, they won't. That's the one.
There you go. They refuse.
Dance they don't do. Yeah.
Tip on the nose. Not going to do it.
Yeah.
Not going to do it.
That's when they turn on us.
That's offensive.
Do the robot. No.
Fans on social media had mixed reactions. I think this is dystopian, one wrote. Another one called the performance insanely beautiful.
That's nice.
All right.
Nice. The nation that gave us Hello Kitty. And by the way, Japan, national flower of the chrysanthemum, and your mom is your mother. And oh, never mind. I'm not going to do that.
All right, last one. You want to bring that one up? You might be able to guess this one. What's going on here?
Well, he ate that much honey, or a guy ate like a bunch of honey. Was that what it was?
It's gonna be Vegemite.
You're on the right track.
Oh,
right?
Vegemite. Yeah, Marmite.
Vegemite?
Yeah, he ate 14.8 ounces of Marmite in. Anybody want to guess?
In a certain period of time.
1 minute.
1 minute.
1 minute, 60 seconds. South African man broke a Guinness World Record when he ate 14.8 ounces of Marmite in 1 minute.
What is Marmite?
Well, I'll tell you, Jim.
Thank you.
Bill Nasty Cowley of Pretoria said he vowed to make his life more exciting after he survived a bout with melanoma skin cancer 13 years ago. And that quest led to his taking on the world record for eating Marmite, a yeast extract food spread that's a byproduct of the beer brewing process.
That sounds delightful.
So he had a bout of melanoma 13 years ago and said, you know what? I might not be around forever. I'm not going to be around forever. So it's time to do the things that I've always wanted to do.
Always wanted to do.
Yeah.
At the top of the list is eat a pound of beer brewing byproduct in a minute.
Well, you know, eating that, he's not going to be able to be buried due to EPA regulations.
The interesting thing is he rose after this a lot. He was 11. He had a very big, I would say that, you know who approves of this? Mussolini.
He probably got tangled up in the tail of a kite.
Why are these records? Can we have real, like maybe helping people, like world records or something? Can we, instead of just, I'm going to eat.
Who cares about that?
Sludge.
Yeah.
Sludge.
No market for that. What's the market for goodness? Is there?
Zero. All right. We've exhausted our allotted time, and it's time for the snappy wrap up. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's our show tonight. If you would like to support if you'd like to support the show, and I can't think of a reason why you wouldn't. I can't think of a moral reason not to support this show. Go to johnbrandy.com and become a subscriber. And remember, this week and this week only, subscribers get Sloth-tastic chewy dips from Quaker Oats. I will mail them to you myself. And I'll even take a video, if you request it, of me walking to the post office to drop it in the mail for you.
How sad is your life if that's what you want? Seriously, I got to jump in. That is the saddest thing ever. If you request a video of John walking to the post office to mail your granola bars, tune in next week. We love you. But seriously, no, John, no.
Okay, Brian is messing up my snappy wrap up.
Sorry.
If you need more Brian comedy, and who doesn't need more Brian comedy, then you can go to comedybrian.com for all your Comedy Brian needs. And if you would like to see Juan DeVivo on the road, then you should go to castingcrowns.com. He plays guitar for Casting Crowns, you guys. He's a yeah,
that's fantastic.
He's
Why don't you lead with that?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you not start with that? Look who we've got. He's your celebrity. What am I doing here? That's way better. What's that?
Because Juan, true to form, didn't stick around very long, did he? He just kind of pops in and then disappears. So
he's off in that rock star lifestyle.
Oh, I know. But you go check out Juan DeVivo. And Jim, is there a place that they can come and find you?
Nope.
Or are you reclusive in an underground bunker?
Not a bit. They can't see me.
If you want to find Jim Hope, you can go to any ball game and in Tokyo, and he will be dancing with the robots.
With my Recatine, Rocatone Eagles. I'm going to be out there rooting them on to victory. Go, go, go. That's me.
He'll have a chrysanthemum in his lapel.
Yeah.
And that's our show. Thanks to Jim Hope for joining us. I'm sure he'll be back. I think he'll be back. I hope he'll come back.
Up to you. It's up to you. I have no idea.
And thanks to all of you for joining us. Subscribe, tell your friends, bring them in next week, and we will see you right here, 7 o'clock Eastern time for SKUs.